Hey, David, thank you very much. It is really a great pleasure to connect with you. Welcome to RChilli's this initiative of Hero's Journey, specifically in a recruitment space. So before I start, I just want to understand what do you guys do?
So Vouch for Vets is a software platform based on positive advocacy for veterans and their spouses. And with our platform, the veteran job seeker, the transitioning soldier, of which there are 18,000 a month transitioning out of the military, they can use our platform to collect positive advocacy with short form videos. Answering questions about how great they are at what they do, and then hang on to those videos, retain them, and then distribute them to influence hiring managers and recruiters to hire them.
Wonderful. Well, first of all, thank you very much for helping the guys who are serving for the nation. Thank you very much for that. But David, this looks very, very fancy that, okay, you love the passion, you love it. But end of a day, it is a passion which drives you, but it's the skills which delivers, right? So what all skills do you believe like you have learned it out in this journey to become such a successful recruiter?
I think over the years I developed listening skills primarily. Those were coming from a lot of, failure and a lot of finding challenges that were incredibly hard to overcome. They can be easier with listening skills. Diplomacy is a very important skill that I've developed over the past couple of decades. You're basically trying to help build bridges between a job seeker who is looking to make a life change and a company that knows that this hire could change their business. So running meetings is another skill that is incredibly important for a recruiter to develop. And even product management skills.
Fair enough. And I'm sure in this journey, you must have faced a lot of challenges. Any stories, anything which you can recall, challenges as a recruiter? And specifically, I'm more interested to understand how you handle those challenges.
I've learned from mistakes I've made from not being prepared to start thinking of more contingencies that could occur during a recruiting experience in a program when you're trying to introduce a stranger to a business organization and then convince that stranger that the mission of this business organization aligns with what they are trying to accomplish in their personal life, right? So I would say most of my failures and trip ups and pitfalls over the past 2 decades have been all due to a lack of preparedness. And these days, I hearken back to those examples and where I was less than prepared, and it helps me get ready for what could happen in 2021.
So now understand your current process, whatsoever you're doing. And what do you think, what is the most frustrating process in your, as a recruiter, in your current day-to-day life?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think the most challenging, the most potentially frustrating, time-consuming, difficult piece of the recruiting program could very likely be references. So on top of that, you have logistical challenges. You're leaving voicemails back and forth, you're emailing, you're trying to carve out 30 minutes for a reference, and it's very difficult to get somebody for that time.
If some enterprise reaches to you and they say, David, we want to use your expertise, can you help us to set up the right or perfect recruiting process for an enterprise? So what, in your viewpoint, what should be that?
Whatever your program is going to be, better circle around candidate experience. The essentials include a proper risk-averse applicant tracking system, That's pretty important. Um, it includes training for hiring managers who are less experienced than ever interviewing. It includes a brand management from these organizations to convey to job seekers exactly what the mission of this company is and what the vision is. But I'd say most important of all, just as it was 120 years ago, references are key to your recruiting program.
But now, so you have such a good experience. You work with many different stakeholders. Maybe it is employers, or maybe it is the candidate sides, and even you as right now. So you have hired for yourself in this journey. So, if you recall any proudest moment, any which gives you a goosebump, and still it gives you that charismatic experience or those memories, what will be that one?
As a recruiter, generally speaking, it's the feeling you get from a new hire 3 months after they've started to send you a message or give you a call or send you an email saying, hey, this is exactly what I thought it would be, and you're the one who set my expectations. But I think as an entrepreneur, the feeling of starting a software platform like we have, and then achieving a national nonprofit 501c3 status from the IRS is incredibly a significant accomplishment.
Now it is coming as current status, and we all say that COVID has changed the world, right? And it has brought in new practices, new normals, new beliefs, new ideas. So I'm more curious. You have a pretty good vast experience of 2 decades going on. Is there any new belief you have created during this COVID time?
I would say in recently, and more than ever before, my principles have evolved around authenticity, logic, and empathy. Wow. And if more recruiters adopt mentality and principles like that, then you won't find negative search results upon putting in recruiters are in a Google search bar. You do that these days and you're not going to get good results. But if you're more empathetic and more authentic with logic, then the job seekers will recognize that and laud you as a recruiter instead of criticizing you on open forums like Glassdoor.
Now, a lot of fresh graduates who want to start their career, and I'm sure a lot of them want to be a recruiter in their career and they want to start it out. So what advice you give to them?
Advice I have for people entering this field is to make sure that you learn from your mistakes and not hide them. Recruiting is about failing gracefully. Most of the time, you are explaining to someone that they're not going to get the job. That's what you're going to be doing most of the time. And the other half of the time, you'll be explaining to hiring managers that the person that they wanted to take the job isn't interested. So that sliver in between there is your successful hire, and you got there because you were authentic, you showed empathy, and you logically you took them through the recruiting program, and they're going to make a life choice that you have everything to do helping them decide on. So I would say embrace failure, fail fast, find your failure fast, embrace it, learn from it, be a great communicator and a good listener, and use the support group around you to learn from their failures.
That's wonderful. So, David, I'm sure a lot of young guys are going to listen to this video, and how they can reach out to you if they want to follow you, they want to connect with you, some advice or some other options, how they can reach out to you.
Yeah, I'm easy to find. Vouchforvets.org is our website. I am David at vouchforvets.org.
That's great, David. And I'm sure a lot of young guys will get inspiration from this. And thank you very much, David, and appreciate it. And let us stay in touch.
Thank you very much. I appreciate the time.